and it's been a while since we last did a live stream together, and also I think it's the first time we are doing it in 2025. We are already at the end of January, and technically
Yeah.
we are still in January, so I thought we can still pick our favorite 2024 films, Malayalam films that we really like. So this is the first episode of something that I wanted to do this year. It's called PickFlix. So each episode we'll be picking our favorite, we'll be making a list of our favorites basically, and this one is a snake style draft, which means one, two, three, three, two, one. So, for example, if Ashmita goes first, Farad goes second, I go third, then in the next round, I go first. So that's how it works. We'll each be getting 5 picks. So that way, we'll have 15 favorite films of ours in 2024, Malayalam films, that is. And just before we get started, just want to thank Ashmita and Farad for taking out time. And guys, a word. How's 2025 been so far for you?
Busy.
It's good to be busy, na?
Yeah. Good to
Yeah,
be busy.
same. It's been quite busy. Can't believe that January is over so
January is
soon.
over, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, January is over, almost over. We still have
Yeah.
tomorrow to go. So let's start this best Malayalam films of 2024. And Ashmita, being a ladies first, that's the
Oh,
easiest way. Also, alphabetically, she goes first as well. So it was an easy choice for me. So Ashmita, you get the first pick. What is your first pick, and why is it your first pick?
I think a lot of people know who have watched my top 10 also. So I'm going to choose Kishkinda Kandam as number
Okay.
one. So are we going one, two, three, four, five, or we are going five, four, three, two, one?
We are going one, two, three,
One.
four, five. So you
So
really have
one.
to be mindful of what you go with and why is it rated up so high.
Yeah, so number one, my first pick for 2024 best Malayalam film is Kishkinda Kandam, hands down.
Okay.
And for several reasons, the main thing is being the screenplay,
Okay.
of how well the screenplay is, and followed by some amazing performances by Asif Ali, Vijay Raghavan, so Aparna, and just the whole story, because it's like a thriller plus it's so emotional. So I think the thriller and the emotional aspect has been balanced really well. So it's from a writing perspective, from story perspective, from performance perspective, I think for me, Kishkinda Gandham is my number one film of 2024. So I picked that first.
I mean, I couldn't agree more, and I kind of knew that would be your first pick. And I think if any one of us was having the first pick, there's a good chance we might have picked that as well. So yeah, I mean, it makes sense because all of our channels, I think that was one of the most viewed videos as well when we reviewed Kishkinda Kandam, and no wonder you picked that as your first one. And the next one is Farad. So we'll go alphabetically. Farad, you get the next pick. What is your first pick?
So my it's been that sort of a year, for the Malayalam film industry that which one would be a little higher than the other. I mean, it's okay. So my first pick probably will be Atom.
Okay, interesting.
That's because one of the reasons is because I had a complaint for some parts of the year as far as the Malayalam film industry was concerned that they did not really have a very strong female written character. So in Atom that was there, which happened incidentally at the start of the year, they kick-started the year with Atom. So
Hmm.
as far as that was concerned, the character of Zareen Shihab, I think she was excellent. And just to take that template of 12 Angry Men and to make it into your own fruit, I
Yeah.
think that is something that was writing par excellence for me. I would have also, by the way, chosen Kishkinda over Atom. since we are talking. That was definitely my number one. But because, the format is such, Atom would then start my list as number one
Hmm.
because Kishkinda is taken.
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's an interesting pick. Also, kind of an underrated pick, I would say, because uh, who are watching, six people watching, I'm sure people who will watch later, or people who would come from Ashmita's channel or your channel, they might be a little surprised with that pick, because uh, I don't think a lot of people will have Atom this high up. Uh, but that's an interesting choice. Ashmita, what's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, yeah, because I'm not surprised at all because it would have been my second pick if I
Oh,
had gotten, because in my like top 10 also Atom is the second one.
okay.
So after Kishkinda, it's Atom. So, and I think this movie kind of did not grab that kind of eyeballs that I feel that it should have. It should have been like a rage for me. I feel that because I think just one thing what Farad said about like the strong female lead,
Hmm,
that is one thing. But I think the whole premise and how it was just so beautifully concluded,
hmm,
so I think that was really like brilliantly written. It's not like in your face, but it still gets the message across very, very nicely.
hmm. Yeah, I
And it
mean,
won the best state award also. National award, did it win, or state award? One of the two it did win. I think it won the national award, didn't it?
no, I think it was a state award.
Yes.
Maybe people can correct us. Uh, okay, I uh, I was a little
National award,
confused.
national award.
Okay, I was a little confused between a couple of films. Which one should be my first pick? And I have to tell people at the end of it, like once we have our list, five each, you guys have to decide whose list has won this.
I
Uh,
wish you had done Excel to like show it also to people
it's
once
going
we.
on. It's
It's on
going
the
on.
ticker.
Oh, it's on the
On the
ticker.
ticker.
Okay. Oh yeah, I see it now.
So
I see it now.
I'm updating it as we pick. Okay, so my first pick would be something that I think stayed with me. Okay, there is a comment. National Award for Best
Yeah.
Feature Film 2024. That's a pretty good one. So I mean, it makes sense then to
Well
pick.
deserved.
Nikhil also says National Award. All right, so I am going on a limb here, and I am picking Manjummel Boys as my because see, now I can't pick Kishkinda, I can't pick Atom.
Yeah.
That left me with a couple of films. I am going Manjummel Boys because first of all, it was a first of its kind movie based on a real incident,
Hmm.
and then just the theatrical experience of that whole. I mean the whole experience of seeing them in that situation struggle, and
Yeah.
what they went through, uh, coupled with brilliant acting, and so everything put together, the whole package was so good, so I just, there are a very few films after which I'm emotionally moved, and that film kind of stayed with me.
Yeah.
I like at a point I wanted to be one of those people who would help them pull the rope. So if a film can do that to you, that's a powerful film. And it did really well as well. I think worldwide box office over 200 crore, which is a huge deal for a movie made on a very small budget.
Yeah.
So really good ensemble cast as well. So I am going for this one. I don't know what are your thoughts on Manjumal Boys being this high up on. So basically, it's if we combine everything, it's in the top three now, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
Makes total sense to
it
me.
it does.
Yeah, why not? Because I think it's the kind of movie, like you said, it definitely stays with you, uh, even after you watch it. And couple of sequences, especially because they set it up so well in the beginning, that in the end, by when they're pulling him up, you just your heart goes out for the guy,
Right.
that, and for everybody, because it's a story of not just true friendship but extreme resilience also on part of like both the parties, because the guy who fell,
Hmm.
I mean, I cannot even imagine. Like when I think about it, based on a true story, I cannot even imagine what his mental state would have been at that point of time.
Hmm.
So crazy. Yeah, I think it's a good pick.
Farhad, would you agree or would you have put it a little down if it
I
was
would
for
have
you?
I would have placed it a little down for to be
Okay.
very honest. It was a great film. It was a cinematic film. I mean, I will never forget that one sequence in which, there's a flashback sequence that happens where a child jumps into the water, cut to that character is shown to be falling in that pit. So I think that
Yeah.
was a cinematic sequence. But there were better films for me from the Malayalam film industry this year. So Manjummel was not in my top five. But I mean, it's still a great
Yeah,
film. And this is only because the kind of year that the Malayalam film industry has had, that we are all spoiled for choices. So even if it's
Yeah.
there, I absolutely do not mind it. It's perfectly fine.
that's the beauty of doing this draft kind of a thing, because it's it gets interesting once you disagree with somebody's pick, but you can't do anything about it. So it goes on there. Uh,
But I'm surprised though, because I thought you would have picked, like, because Kishkinda and Atom is gone, you would have picked Avesham. I thought so.
okay, well, because it's a snake style draft, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. I get the next pick, and
Yeah.
you have kind of predicted my next pick. It was
Oh,
going to be Avesham, the next one. Uh, I think I know why you would have imagined it would be Avesham
yeah.
because of Fahad being
Fahad.
in it,
Yeah.
uh, and also it was, I think the film surprised everybody because it kind of punched above its weight, I would say, and couple of three newcomers, and I think they were YouTubers as well before that. So
Yeah.
to kind of put a punt on them and uh, just hope that it works out. They Because YouTube, being a YouTuber or being an influencer is absolutely a different ball game compared to being a film actor, and it worked for them.
Yeah.
uh, Worked like wonders, and so that's why I'm going Avesham. I went Manjumal Boys before Avesham because I think Manjumal Boys stayed with me for longer
Okay.
than Avesham did. Avesham was a really good, maybe entertainer, and it was, I think, nothing beyond that, right? Like, yes, we love Fahad and what he was able to give us in that, and a lot of meme material as well. But overall, a film had, if a film has an impact, such an impact that it stays with you for a few days after you watch it, I think
Hmm.
that's why I rated Manjumal Boys higher. But nonetheless, Avesham still goes in our top four. So I think you guys would not have a problem with that.
Oh, I don't have a problem at all. If it was like 1, 2, 3 and 1, 2, 3, next would have been Avesham for me for sure. You wanna take some of the comments from the chat before
Hmm.
we go to Farad?
Yeah, so Vishnu says, craft wise, I would say it's Atom, but as a cinema lover, by being blown away in theater was Kishkinda Gandham. So Kishkinda Gandham is in a way our top first pick here. Uh, and guys call Tanya also. Well, Tanya is busy with the donkey business. It's not just cinema that she does. She also does cover a lot of F1 racing. Prithvi talked about you guys in Galata India interview, North Indian cinephile. So I think that's some sort of an acknowledgement for what we have been doing for so many years now, and it has caught the right eyes and the attention of the right people. So thank you, Vishnu, for telling us that. Okay, so Farad goes next. 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1. Farad, what's your?
Oh, interesting. Now it's getting interesting.
So you guys actually helped me out in a very big way. So thank you, Ashmita and
Okay.
Keshav, for not
Such it's
picking
easy
this
for you to
film.
choose now.
Yeah, it's
No,
easy. I thought
I
my
think.
chance is gone.
Yeah, no. I think he was kind of fearing that his favorite, whatever he wanted to pick, we might have picked it by now, but that's not still there. So he's happy about that, I guess.
So this was actually my number three in my
I
overall
think I
list,
can
if I
guess
had to
which
say.
one, but go ahead. Let me see if my
Okay,
guess
just
is
guess
correct.
now. Just guess, see whether it's right.
It would be. Ullozhukku.
No.
No.
No?
It's
Oh
not
Okay, let
God,
me
Ullozhukku.
I
guess.
No.
Let me guess.
Yeah, go for it.
I think he's gonna pick up Bramayugam.
Bingo. It's Bramayugam.
nice.
Yes. I mean, it has to be that one Mammootty film in a year that will absolutely blow your mind, right? And it had to be Brahmyugam for me. I remember watching it in a theater, and it was a packed theater in Bombay, in Mumbai, and that interval point I'll never forget. You know that when Mammootty talks to discusses it out with Arjun Ashokan, saying that, you need to say please before you leave this place. And when he says please, he said, you cannot
Oh
go from
man.
here, and starts laughing. There was this nervous energy that was there in the Audi that was there. Everyone was looking at each other once the lights were on in the interval, and they had a crooked smile, like, oh, okay, we are terrified, but I'll never forget that interval block that is there. So it has to be Brahmyugam for me, and it's one of the best Malayalam films of this year. It was at number three in my overall list. I'm glad it
Amazing.
to top two in my list here. So it's Brahmyugam.
Well, I think some picks are meant to, find audiences vote, like kind of
Yeah.
public pleasing picks. This seems to be it because it has Mammootty, right? And you can't argue with Malayalam
It's
audience about Mammootty.
It was a
But
great
it's such
film.
a
It
good
was. I
film
think
as
it was a
well.
film that would have made. It was a film that would have made Mr. Eggers, the so-called Mr. Eggers of Nosferatu, very very proud. It was that kind of an ambience that was there. So
Yeah, yeah,
it was a
fantastic
great film.
film. I think when you talk about the ambience, I so agree with you because just the atmosphere that it created. And I mean, it was just this eerie feeling throughout this film that, oh my God, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? What's going to happen? I love that fact that it just, kept you guessing because I was just feeling, I think it has to do with the black and white palette also of the film that makes you feel a certain way because, and also it's like, you get those jump scares and it's the dark, the night scenes feel even more haunting because of the black and white palette. So I think, yeah, great pick. Great pick.
Thanks to you
Okay.
guys.
Well,
Thanks to Keshav, rather. I should say Keshav because Ashmita did not get a turn, but Keshav did
Yeah.
take that.
well,
So thanks, Keshav.
I mean, it is a really good movie technically, but again, that's why these kind of lists are fun, and I'm sure a lot of people would be having a lot of interesting thoughts about our picks as well.
Yeah.
So, Ashmita,
Hmm.
it's your turn. You get two picks now.
I get
Uh,
two picks. So for me, then number two, considering all the other movies are taken, would be Adu Jeevitam for me.
okay, okay, the
Ah,
goat
Yeah,
life.
The Goat Life. Again, in terms of its emotional impact, visual storytelling also, because when I had watched the film for the first time, it had no subtitles. So, because it was written that we are releasing it with subtitles, but initially there were no subtitles there.
Hmm.
But still, surprisingly, it was able to create a really good impact because a lot of it was visual storytelling. You could feel and understand what is happening. Yes, obviously, when the dialogues were happening, so in Malayalam, I would not know what they were saying, so I had to wait again and watch it with the subtitles. But I'm still saying that for the first time, also, it just made me feel all those emotions of that discomfort, that apathy that Prithvi Raj's character was going through, and what a great acting done by him.
Hmm.
So since all other films are taken by you two, for me, after then Kishkinda Kandam, the second pick
it's a
would
great
be
pick.
Adu Jeevitam.
It's a great pick. I was actually, guilty of sipping water at the interval mark
Oh my god.
in that film because it was so powerful. And just one thing, as I slightly digress, as you said, there are no subtitles. Just through your medium, Keshav, we can put this out that if the film has a certificate saying with
Yeah.
English subtitles, you can request the duty manager to insert the subtitles, the English subtitles that are there anywhere that you are in the country.
Yeah.
So that's one,
Okay.
Yeah,
next
and
time you can
it's
take
a
care of
right.
that.
You should know it's kind of your cinema
Yeah.
consumer, right? It also happened during All We Imagine as Light that they were not showing in the right aspect ratio, and a lot of people had a problem
Mm.
with it, and the director was tweeting that go and ask them that it should be shown in the right aspect ratio.
Hmm.
So yeah, good information. Ashmita, your next pick now.
Oh, okay. Now this is. I'm thinking now. Give me a
Yes,
moment.
this is where it gets tricky because
This
it's
is
very
where it
easy.
gets tricky.
It's
This
very
is
easy to pick the first two. It gets tricky after that because you don't want to mess up the good work that you have put up in the first two.
yeah. So the third one then for me is going to be Ullozhukku.
Okay, interesting.
Yes. Yes.
You
Because
kind of took what I was gonna pick next, so that makes things complicated for me. But okay,
so that's going to be the third one on my list because of again two really great protagonists uh, and just how beautifully the relationship
Hmm.
between them.
It's
I think it's stuck.
uh, I think it's Ashmita's end which got stuck.
So in the meanwhile, we can talk about Ullozhukku.
Yeah.
We
Oh
watched it
yes.
together. That film. That was the one. It was a last minute
Yeah.
plan that
Yeah.
we'd made. That I took a punt and I said, Keshav, you want to come? And so it was luckily near to Keshav's place, that theater where it was
Yeah.
playing. So we happened to watch that together. And I think in that screening, did we have some celebrity? I think who did we? I think we had Resul sir, right?
Yes.
In our
Yeah.
screening. It was a big
I'm
day.
back.
Yes.
Sorry, I lost.
We filled in. We filled in.
That's
It's okay.
thank you so much.
Yes. So why Uludukku, Ashmita?
Yeah, I was talking and then I realized that my connection is gone. It's because I think how beautifully the relationship was portrayed. It's not very easy to tell a complicated story like this, and to just portray it with so much genuinity because everybody's life was so messed up in its own way. Like Parvati's life, she had her own struggles and this and that. Then Urvashi. So I think the way the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law relationship just evolves through the story and just through interaction, this
Yeah.
I feel that
Okay. Okay.
drama and that emotion throughout the film. And the
Yeah.
lost you guys again.
You're back. You're back. It's fine. You're back.
No, you're. It's fine, fine, fine. Yeah.
Can you hear us?
Okay. So continuing the story, we watched the film together, and Keshav barely made it on time. I should tell you,
I'm
but
here.
Okay. I think the your internet doesn't want you to talk about Uludukku at length. It just
it's a patriarchal
yes.
internet.
Can you hear us, Ashmita? She's not reacting to it. I think there is a problem.
Yeah, yeah. Should I message?
I texted her as well.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, we'll move forward while she comes back. Farad, you get the next pick. It's your turn now. Okay, one second. One
So
second.
my next.
I joined from my
Are we
hotspot,
waiting?
so I don't know how clear the
It's,
resolution
it's
is.
clear. It's clear. Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Yeah, yeah, I can.
Great,
So I
great.
joined from my mobile hotspot.
Okay, we were just saying that it's a patriarchal Wi-Fi that you got. It's
Internet. Yeah.
That's why it was not letting me speak.
yes, and the irony is Uluruk is a female-driven film anyway. So
Yes. What do you guys think about this pick?
yeah, it was going to
Great
be my
film.
next
The
pick,
next one.
but you stole it, so makes
Yes.
things complicated. But yeah, we were just when you were gone, we were discussing. So Farad and me went to watch this movie together, and it was like it was a very random plan, and I was pleasantly surprised by that film,
Hmm.
which at that point it was one of my, maybe in the top three.
Okay.
Until I think
Hmm.
that was big middle of the year or something. So yeah, it's
It was in June,
worth
yeah.
picking that high.
Oh, two more films to go, but my turn is now gonna come very late.
Okay, Farad, you go next.
Yeah, so my next pick, well, many might argue that, okay, this is not purely a Malayalam film, but my next pick is All We Imagine Is Light. I watched
Okay,
that film
that was
at Mami.
also on my
It was
agenda,
also on my
but
list, so
that's
now it's gone.
Was it?
Yes.
taken away.
Oh, damn. Too bad. So it was a great film. I mean, I it was the opening film at Mami, which I was there at the opening night, and Payal and the crew had come. I think Divya was there too. Kani hadn't come. So we watched the film there with them, and it absolutely was a very different kind of a film to start with. But it was also a film that would eventually grow on you as every minute
Hmm.
passed. It was a very contrasting film in a way that the first half of the film was against the setting of Mumbai, and it was a very dingy kind of a space that was created within the city.
Right.
It was against the background of the monsoons as well, so it was kind of creating that kind of an impact of we need that space, but the space is not allowing us to to be a little away from each other. That kind of a dynamic that
Right.
was there to the second half, which was somewhere at in Konkan. I think it was Ratnagiri. I don't remember the place. Somewhere in Konkan, wherein the characters really come alive, and it was metaphorical also. Many people may not like this film. I don't know. It was not your regular commercial trope, but it was internationally acclaimed as well. So many people did like that. I loved it. I loved it. And somewhere, it was days in which I was thinking about the film. Even after I had finished writing my review, it's a rare kind of a feeling, that the film stays with you. Even during Mami, in which there were other films that I happened to watch. So it was my top Mami pick that was there, and it makes it to my list this year as well. So All We Imagine Is Light. Amazingly directed also by Payal
Yeah, I think
Patel.
direction wise I completely agree. Very, very well directed. Like the attention to detail about not just the character journey, but just the surrounding as well. It just makes the film so beautiful. I agree. Great pick.
I think what made this film what it is, like one of the important factors is it didn't glorify Mumbai, the city. It kind of showed Mumbai from a very different perspective,
Yeah.
like from a struggler's point of view, what an outsider feels here. Like I can't say I completely related to it because I can at least speak the language what's spoken here, but they had a different level of struggle altogether.
Yeah.
So it's one thing to have that sort of writing on paper, but then it's another to execute it on screen, to show that city as something which is, which is not working out for you. And you could feel the tension, you could feel the restlessness, and what they were going through. So I think that's one of the, and fun fact I recently learned, did you guys happen to watch Patal Lok too?
Yes.
So
Yeah,
the guy who played Uncle Ken,
Yeah, he's a
uh,
very revered director.
so he's an Assamese director,
Yeah.
right? He has won national awards as well. On
he
he
was
was
on
on
the
the
panel.
panel to decide which film India sends for Oscar, and he was the one on the record to say that All We Imagine as Light is technically very poor film. I mean, somebody who has won a national award,
Hmm.
who's seen as this critically acclaimed director, if it comes from him, and at the same time if a film makes it to Golden Globes, that's a very, very sort of polarizing view. I won't say it's a negative view, or it's very subjective, right?
Yeah.
He's entitled to his opinion. But what I found interesting is it's not, this comment didn't come from a layman. It came from somebody who has some sort of accreditation,
Yeah.
and I don't know. Like, did you guys happen to catch that comment, and did you think it was like?
No, I didn't know that he commented that because I just found out now. But very interesting because, yeah, it is always very subjective because, see, he is watching the film from a very different lens. And did he elaborate on that comment that why he found it technically weak?
I
Yeah,
think one
so
of the
exactly.
comments,
So, how would
one of,
we know
one
why
of
he
the
found it
one of
technically
the
weak?
comments was it didn't feel like an Indian film. It felt like a European film. So I think that was also one of the comments. I don't know if he only made that comment or
Okay, that I
somebody
would
else.
disagree with completely.
I think I'm already losing my list to him though.
Okay, all right. So we have so far had
Your turn, Keshav.
yes, you guys have picked three each.
Double whammy for you. It's a double whammy
Yes,
for you.
but it's I am now in kind of a pickle which one to, because now we
Yeah.
are, so we are done with 8 films. So now we are left with kind of those, that gray area where some films people would have liked, but some people would have disagreed with them. Okay, it's not that great also.
Hmm.
So we are in that territory, not that very thin line. But I still think there is some wiggle room. So, okay, I need a
But
couple
it's
of
your
seconds.
list, na? So you have to pick and
Yes,
justify
I
it.
need a couple of seconds to really take a deep breath and kind of prepare myself to say that my next pick is going to be Premalu. Uh,
I was thinking you would pick Premalu. I was like, this is a very consistent list. If you see Manjummel, Aavesham, Premalu, it's
it's a
like all
safe list.
blockbusters. Keshav is picking.
It's a safe list, I would say.
Yeah,
Uh,
all the big blockbusters.
So Premalu, because every once in a while you need that kind of rom com and that breath of fresh air kind of a film, and Premalu did that for Malayalam industry right at the beginning of the year.
Hmm.
Uh, Again, something which Fahad Fazil produced, and he had enough.
That's why, you see, that's why.
I mean, if that was the case,
It
if
all
that
adds
was the
up.
case, I would have picked Avesham Premalu before Manjumal Boys. But yeah, like Premalu, I think we kind of missed that kind of film in Bollywood. That breezy,
Yeah,
romantic,
Yeah, it did.
like
imagine.
what we used
Bollywood
to
was
have.
all about that in the 90s.
Yeah, even in 2000, like the peak Saif
Yeah,
Ali Khan era, when we got
correct.
Hum Tum and Salam Namaste and everything. So yeah, so that was something which I enjoyed, and they are getting good at it. Malayalam industry, like the if you remember, I'm forgetting the name. Another really good romantic movie from a couple of years. Mohanlal's son was in it.
Yeah, yeah, Hridayam.
Hridayam.
Hridayam, yes.
Hridayam.
So that was another similar example. So yeah, Premalu is my third pick, which is ninth on our list, overall list. Which is,
Wow.
I mean, it's not bad, right? In top 10, if we have
Hmm.
Premalu,
Yeah, yeah, of course.
it deserves to be there. I would say.
Absolutely.
Okay, the
Absolutely.
next one, it's a little tricky because
Oh, yes, it's your turn only.
yes, it's a little tricky one. But I think it's also risky for me to ruin my list and kind of risk losing this battle between all three of us. But I'm gonna go Rifle Club. So as I said, some movies are public pleasing. some some picks
See,
some picks.
again, he chose all the box office blockbusters.
It's not
Huh?
just about that. It's not just about that. I mean, it's again how I said with Manjumal Boys, one of its kind. Same with Rifle Club. So much heavily influenced from the West.
Yeah.
the
Wild West.
older West, so
Yeah.
what we used to have in the Hollywood at one point of time. Anurag Kashyap, I mean, I absolutely love his, uh, you know, kind of a U-turn from Bollywood, and now he's doing so much of South, uh, and a revelation of an actor. I mean, how they are exploring his acting skills. I wish somebody would have done it here in Bollywood as well. He is very underutilized as an actor. Um, so yeah, I think and for him to be a part of a film, also kind of like when it was announced that he's going to be a part of it, being Anurag Kashyap, he wouldn't really put his money, like not literally put his money, but give his time to something mediocre, right? He wouldn't do that. So if he had shown interest in something, we kind of then started having this sort of build up towards that movie, because we knew that it's supposed to have some sort of depth and substance, and it happened. So and Rifle Club is my next pick. So that completes top 10 of this list. Would you guys agree with this top 10? Like, if, okay, for example, am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah, so I'm saying, so
Yeah.
this is like our top 10 right now. How different is this top 10 from the top 10 you guys did for your channel?
So at that point of time, I had not watched Rifle Club. Today only I posted my review, and well, for me, I think my only gripe with the Rifle Club film was that I wish Anurag Kashyap was made even more menacing. I think that was my only gripe there. But otherwise, the movie is so much fun, and it's just an enjoyable watch. And I wish,
Yeah.
because it never released here in the theater, so I had to wait for the OTT release. And I think I would have enjoyed this even more in the theater. But yeah, it's a fun watch. Definitely. It's a good pick. I think it definitely would have made my list had I watched this in
So,
2024.
which film would it have replaced?
I don't think it would have replaced anything. I think it would have made my best watched films list, because I have not ranked any of my films like industry wise. Like usually how Nona does that, top 10 Malayalam, top 10 Tamil. I usually do it like all Indian industries. So I don't know if it would have made in the top 10, but definitely it would have been part of that list of my favorites of 2024.
Okay, Farhad, it's your turn.
Uh, just so that we are on Rifle Club, so I would say that it's a great film. It's a wonderful film, but it may not have made it in my top 10. It was outside my top 10. I remember, so like Nona, even I do language-wise
Okay.
lists. So, in that, I had kept Rifle Club. I had watched it in a theater. Luckily, I didn't manage to watch it in a theater, so it kind of made it to my consolation list of Malayalam films, but not in
Okay.
my main list. It wasn't there in my main list. So Rifle Club, it's a great film. Yeah, I loved it, but it's only because there are other better films that I had watched that I happened to, keep it outside
Wow.
of that.
Interested to
So
know
yeah,
then
that was the
what
only
is going to
reason.
be the next movie
Yeah, you guys
in the
still have
list.
two picks left.
Um,
Okay,
uh,
until Farhad thinks, guys,
okay.
please like the video or dislike whatever you want. That helps with the algorithm. Because right now only 11 people are watching. Kind of underwhelming, but also because my channel was inactive for a month. So we are making a comeback now with this video, and we'll be doing this. Hopefully, we'll be doing this monthly. We'll do one episode of PickFlix, and you can also suggest us different topics. What would you like to see next time in a PickFlix episode? So yeah, Farad, are you ready?
Still
I am
thinking.
ready.
He's still
Yes, I am
thinking.
ready.
Oh, you're ready.
I have two films. I have two films that I really want to make both of them in my top five, but I'm just thinking which order should I put them in so
Hmm.
that they are not taken over by somebody else. So
Oh, oh.
that is my so okay. So keeping that in mind, this is not my so the one that I want to uh you can say I feel that it may not be a part of either of your lists, so I'll put that aside.
So it's a
That
rogue
film, and
pick.
I'll take it in my next round.
It's a rogue pick, you
And
think? We will not think of that?
probably I'm taking a punt on you guys that probably y'all will not keep that because I want both of them, and this one is a little bit of a popular choice, which there
I
is a
think
chance
I
that either of
should I
y'all may
guess?
have watched it.
Should I guess?
Which one? Which one?
The
Which one are
next
you
one.
guessing? The one that
The,
I'm not including or the one that I'm including?
no, the right now what you are
The
picking.
current one. Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it.
Is it Sukshma Darshini?
No, it's not.
Is it Paradise?
It's not.
ARM. It's ARM.
It's not ARM.
Okay,
It's
It's
then
Malai
not
Kotte
ARM.
Wale
So
Ban.
no, not that either. Okay,
well,
so that's giving me a little confidence also for the next round.
it
Okay,
can't be Burrows,
so,
right?
of course not.
No,
That's
it,
in
it
my
it also can be a film that I have not watched, because in the list, there are a couple of films that I have not watched. So that can also
okay,
be the
okay,
reason. Yeah.
okay. Let me put the fifth one first and later circle back on
Gaganachari.
my. No, it's not that either.
Okay, let him say
Okay,
now.
now let.
So I'm leaving a gap here, and my number four is a gap, hoping that you
No,
guys
no,
won't
you
pick it.
have to. No, we have to go in
No,
sequence. That's not the
yes,
game. The game
this
is you
will
have to
be
pick
a
number four
yeah.
now.
This is ascending order.
Okay, I'll switch. It's okay. I'll still mention the one that. Okay, so anyway, whatever. So my number four in the list is Level Cross. It's Level
Oh, I
Cross.
watched it. It's
Interesting.
a good film. I like
So,
that movie.
so that film is again an extension of the thriller release streak that is going on, which has continued in 2025 also. Asif
Yeah.
Ali in red hot form in 2024 and at the start of 25. So it's one of those films that had a limited number of characters that are there. Only there were three characters with one fourth one being a photo. Very different kind of a setup that was there. It was, by the way, the first Indian film to be shot in Tunisia, in a desert in Tunisia, which is in Africa. Wonderful kind of an atmospheric thriller slash horror that left me with many theories at the end. And because of those theories and because of the reason that it got me thinking of what are the possibilities of the way that it had ended at the end. I'd made an explanation video also on my channel. So
Hmm.
it kind of, stayed with me. And since the popular ones have already been taken, Manjummel, Aavesham, Premalu, Ullozhukku, Boat Live, all of them. So my punt is then on Level Cross. Level Cross is a film that I really loved, and it may not have been better than some of the other films that I just named, but it's still a wonderful film. Yeah, it's still a
Yeah.
superb film, and as I said,
I
the
enjoyed
thriller
it.
early,
Yeah. I had
thriller
enjoyed
early
it because
speak
I watched
is
it on Prime.
absolutely nailed.
Yeah, I watched it on Prime. I thought it was a really good story. Like, I was hooked. That I can say for
Yeah.
sure. When I watched
But
it, I was hooked.
but Ashmita, even if you enjoyed it, do you agree with this being in the list, or would you have?
No, I would pick something else.
Okay, so do you think it's not in the top 15 of 2024?
Top 15. No, it will be on top 15. Top 15 it will be. Not maybe not top 10 for me, but top
Yeah.
15 for sure.
This is not top 10 anyway. It's I think he had the 11th pick.
This is the 11th pick. It's fine, I guess.
Yes. Okay, Ashmita, it's your turn.
Okay.
You
Mine
get
is,
two now.
yeah, I get two now, and then my list is over, right? I cannot pick anymore.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I know you guys won't pick any of these because or maybe you
Oh,
might, you never know. So my fourth pick would be, because all of it is taken, so for me my fourth pick is going to be ARM, which is by Tovino stars Tovino
mhm,
X3.
mhm.
And again, I think I really regret not watching this in the theater because of certain things that were happening in my life. But I loved this movie. It was very, very enjoyable. I watched it in the small laptop, but I think story wise, I feel I have this affinity towards fantasy folklore as well, generally, which is why Brahmayugam, fantastic film. I think the next one that I loved And the scale with which Jitin made it, being his first film, I definitely enjoyed it. And Tovino was just superb. I think as Manian, I loved him the most, but all the three characters he played really well, and it was a good watch for me. So ARM
Mm.
for me, definitely the next one.
I wish you would have seen it in theaters, and
I wish too, but
maybe who knows? Then you this if you had the theatrical experience, this pick would have been a little higher up
maybe,
because of that.
I don't know. I still enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah,
I don't think it would have been higher up because, again, like we were spoiled for choice in 2024 when it comes to Malayalam cinema. Just way too many films that
yeah,
are just superbly made, so good story wise,
and across
acting
genres.
wise, and different genres. So I
Yeah,
think would have
because
been very, very difficult. I don't know if maybe it would have ranked a bit higher, but yeah, like the top creme de la creme of Kishkinda, then
yeah,
Brahmayugam, Aavesham, and all. I don't think this would have beaten that.
yeah. I
That's
mean,
what I feel.
see, genre-wise, it had its novelty, being a treasure hunt kind of a film, which
Yeah,
you don't get a lot these days, or
correct.
any which way you don't get that anywhere. So in that sense, they tried to sort of create a franchisee which might even have a sequel or something.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, but yeah, I think it's I want to say it's a safe pick at this point in our list,
Hmm.
because now
But
we
the
are not
next one is not going to be a safe pick. So I'm
no
thinking if I should pick it
now
or not.
yeah, because we are at a point where now we are not spoiled for choice. Now we have to be really careful with what we pick.
Exactly. Exactly.
And
How
I
did,
just wanted to add one thing that
yeah.
since we are at ARM, that ARM was probably not in my top 15 either,
Hmm.
unfortunately, because I had it was a good film. It's still a good film. Okay, it's not. So I see where you're coming from. I had issues with the screenplay. I felt that it was a little too vanilla. They could have, added a few layers to it. It's still a good film, and it was, I think, overshadowed by Kishkinda Kandam. It came on the same weekend,
Yeah.
so because of that. But yeah, it's still a good film. It was a visual spectacle, and to pull it
Oh,
off in a budget
definitely.
of 30 crores was by a debutant director was outstanding.
Yeah, even I couldn't believe, like, given the budget and what I was watching, I was like, really?
Yeah,
Wow, that's like
yeah.
they really utilized the budget well. Okay, now I have to end my list. Oh God, now I am thinking like if I should pick the film that I want to pick or if I should pick the next one.
As in,
You
Basically,
have only one choice.
I have one choice, but I have so basically I have my own list, right? Of Malayalam films that are my
Hmm.
top 10, top 20. So once the films are getting out of this list with that you guys are picking, then I'm going the next one. Okay, if not this, then this. So now I am thinking if I pick this, this is going to be an unpopular choice. But if I pick the next one, it's going to be a very popular choice. So I'm thinking which one to pick.
I mean, it depends if you think the top four that you've got is good enough to win you this contest, then you can go with your gut. If you think it's a little like weak in the top four, and if you can go with a popular choice that might help you win this because of people's
Yeah.
vote, who knows?
Hmm. See, both starts with M. So now you know which ones I'm talking about.
Go for the. I'll tell you which.
I'm gonna go with Marco, number 5.
She
Oh,
wins it. She wins it.
I mean, I have more picks stolen than I got to pick on my own. I was
So
like,
I'll tell you.
I
I'll
was
tell
like,
you.
I
So
thought,
what happens is,
no,
by
no,
the
wait,
end of the year, I'll tell
I,
you.
I
By the
thought,
end of the year, I make this
one
Excel
second,
sheet where
I
I
thought,
rank.
I, I thought there is no chance in hell that these guys will pick Marco. I will be at the end just picking and just winning it so casually,
So
and
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. So what happens is when I make my top movies list and I rank it, I usually don't. I can go by gut that okay, I like this more, I like this less, but I usually make an Excel sheet and I always score all the films basis, cinematography, BGM, and this and that. So, in on my list after ARM, the next film was Malai Kotai, and after that it was Marco. But the thing is, the scoring for Marco is 51.9 total average score, and for Malai Kotai it's 52. So
Oh,
I'm like, yeah, let me just pick Marco. So it's not like there's a very big gap between those two films when I rated them. So fifth
okay.
one, Marco. For all the reasons that you know that what made Marco so
I think you have a good list
distinguished.
there, but the only caveats that you're like, I'm thinking from audience perspective when they decide who's the winner. I think ARM is the only one which has a little bit of a uh, uh, ambiguity around it with public,
Yeah.
because it had very polarizing views. So I think that's the only kind of a. But you are not left with many options anyway at that time. So
So next comes
Farad's last.
Mr. Popcorn.
Mr. Popcorn.
So I'll leave the popular one to Keshav, and I'm going out
Don't be
on
so
one limb.
nice. Don't be so nice.
No, I wanted that film only to be there. I mean,
Acha.
I don't consider it as a popular this thing. It's just that the film that I love more. It's just as simple as that, and it's not a popular one. It's as simple a math as that. So, it's a film that not many may have watched. Um, and it's a wonderful, wonderful film. It's a slow burner, by the way. It's available on Amazon Prime. The film that I'm talking about is Family, Don Palatara, Stanley. It's a film that I really, really loved. It had Vinay Fort in it. It had Divya Prabha in it. It was a very, you can say, a sinister character study of a person who showcases to be something else, but is
Okay.
somebody completely different and a
I have to watch it.
terrifying one.
I have not watched it.
So
So
it's a wonderful film. It's a wonderful film, and they've interlinked a little bit of religious uh, traces also in the film. And it was a terrifying film for me, to
okay.
take in. Um, it might seem to be a very slow burn kind of a film. It's not a very impactful film like how Marco is in your face all the time. It's a lovely film. I love Marco, by the way, but it's in your face. This is very subtle.
Okay.
Um, so it finds my spot in the top five to round it, and I think I've covered pretty much all the films that I would have wished as an alternate, so to say. Of course, I would have loved Kishkinda Kandam to be there. Maybe Goat Life also, but and Ullozhukku. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty much the films that I had, vouched for at the start. So it's a good
Perfect.
pick for me.
Great list. Great list.
Very,
Okay. Keshav, the big
You have a
finale.
double. No, you have one, no? One.
yeah,
Yeah,
one.
here's one. Final.
Okay, so this is the most difficult one I think of all the
Oh, it's an
picks
easy
because
one. I've left you one.
no, I think I know which one you are saying, but so I am confused between three, four options. Okay,
Well, I know which one you should choose, but I'll let you
so
choose.
okay,
I mean,
I'll tell you which one I am considering at this point. I am considering Sukshma Darshini. I am considering Varshangalik Shesham.
yeah, that's more your kind of film.
No, I
But it's a controversial
so
pick.
I know
If you choose that, you lose anyway.
in my review I didn't give it a really good review. I thought it was way too melodramatic, way too cheesy for Malayalam industry. But still, it's not as bad as some of the other films. Then I'm considering Guruvayur Ambal Nadayal, which was like an interesting Priyadarshan kind of a comedy and a good one-time watch. And of course, Malai Kotti Valgan is another. There's no. I don't think so far there's any Mohanlal film in this list anyway. So that would
You should go
be
with Sukshma Darshini.
Yeah, that seems to be the safer choice at this point. Because other than that, like, what are we left with? Gagnachari is a very, very interesting choice. Something that, you know, it's an out of the
Even
box choice.
Paradise is there.
Paradise is
Paradise
also
is
there.
also there.
Yes,
Good
Paradise
film.
and Gagnachari are very out of the box left field choices. Sukshma Darshini seem to be like a safe choice. Just like Premalu was a safe choice for me
It's your
at that
list.
point.
All blockbusters. See, I told you, na Farad. He's choosing all blockbusters. Sukshmi Darshani again, box office hit.
And what is the Fahad connection in that? What is the Fahad connection?
Yeah, yeah, of course, of course. It's so obvious. You have to choose Sukshma Darshani.
I mean, I have not yet मैंने लॉक नहीं किया अभी तक, so I
नहीं,
mean,
कर दो हम
I'm
समझ
just
लेंगे.
I'm just going through the list again. Could there be anything that we are missing? Uh, how about Anveshipin? Was it a better movie than the ones we mentioned before? So all these
I liked Anvishipan a lot. I know a
questions
lot of
are
people
coming
did
to
not
my
like it,
mind.
but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm you know
I
I'm
liked it
just
too.
I'm first reducing like whatever I'm not gonna pick for sure. So I'm
Why don't
not
you
gonna.
pick the film that we watched together, the other film?
Oh man,
That's
no.
again
That
a.
that that would be that would make our list in the worst Malayalam films of 2024 for
Do you
sure.
want to mention
Which
that
one?
film? That
Which
what
one?
film we watched together?
Bougainvillea.
Bougainvillea. Okay. Yeah, that's an average
Keshav. So
film.
Keshav was literally cursing me after the film. Why did you have to call
Yeah.
me?
And see, if I was a blind Fahad Fazil fan, I might have picked that also, but I'm not. So that shows you my neutrality. Uh,
So
but
Fahad doesn't consider that film in his filmography either. So it's kind of okay, right?
okay, I need some help from audience right now.
That's cheating.
No, you can't take help from audience because they are the judge.
Okay.
They are gonna be judges. They'll pick who's the best, whose is the best list.
So far, can we
It
ask
has
them
to be your choice.
what do they think so far? Who's winning? Can we ask them at least that?
No, no. Then you'll pick
Why don't you
accordingly.
select and then we choose it?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I have to go Sukshma Darshini. I mean, I've no other. Yeah, that seems to be the only sensible choice at this point. Because the other options have uh, I enjoyed, but not as much.
Hmm.
So just based on that,
Yeah.
I think it's fair enough. So
Yeah. I'm quite satisfied with my list. Now that
Okay.
I'm seeing my list, I'm like, yeah, this is good. The good picks.
yeah,
I
I'm
like
kind
this.
of happy with mine as well. It seems to be like
Yours too is
decent.
like blockbuster after blockbuster films. Of course, you'll be happy.
So, guys, this is the list. Ashmita went Kishkinda Kandam, Goat Life, Ullozhukku, ARM, Marco, Farhad went Atom, Bramayugam, All We Imagine as Light, Level Cross, and Family. Very interesting last two picks.
Yeah.
I went Manjummel Boys, Aavesham, Premalu, Rifle Club, Sukshma Darshini. Okay,
Nona is
wrong.
busy, guys. He
We
couldn't
did
make it.
ask him.
Yeah.
He couldn't make it. So, this
You
is the
think we'll
list.
not ask Nona? Of course, we'll
Yeah.
ask him.
If he would have been there, we would have done top 16 for each. That was
Yeah.
my plan. But anyway, so this is the top 15, guys. Now, please tell us in the comments whose list won, who has got the best picks
What?
here.
I think you should
Uh,
put it to vote.
but there are only 14 people
Put it
watching.
right away, no?
14 people watching.
That's okay.
No, I want like people.
14 for 15.
I want people telling us in the comment section
Chat.
later.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
not
but you
the
can do a
live chat.
poll also there.
There
Yeah, put a
right
poll
now.
now.
On the chat, you can
No,
put a
that I
poll.
know, but I wanted people to tell in the comment section later.
Ah,
But
okay.
because right now there's only 14 watching, so I don't think that's enough.
See, it says
Uh,
poll.
Poll. See, somebody is
okay,
asking.
let me just do that.
Whose list wins, guys?
I think it's easy. It's easy.
I think
I
Keshav
would.
will
I
win.
know whose list I will
Keshav has
select.
picked all blockbusters. He's going to win.
No, no, no. I will select Ashmita.
Let's see what.
I will do
No,
anything to swap
you
Kishkinda
guys
Kand
can't.
in the
We
list.
guys can't vote.
We can't vote. Obviously, we will not vote.
Oh damn.
Okay.
Have you put out?
No one.
No. Okay.
Yes, now I have.
Guys, the poll is up.
Okay, 15
Let's
people are
go.
watching. You guys get to decide what's the gift for winner.
Vishnu is like, what is the gift for
Well,
winners?
it'll be next time they get the first pick.
We need to play more games like this on live.
Yeah, that's why I decided to start this this year. Empuran.
Watch Lucifer and review. I have watched Lucifer and also reviewed in case anybody is interested to watch. That's on my channel.
Oh, wow, that's interesting.
Who's winning?
Yeah, how would we know if we don't vote?
So how are we going to go
So
then?
Keshav, you have to just show your phone like this then. Because we can't see who's winning. 6 votes
I
in.
can tell you.
Yeah, I can see the number of votes. Yeah.
Ashmita is winning so far. How am I on the last? How is Farad not last? That's very weird. Because Level Cross and Family are two picks which should bring him down.
I've not watched
Oh,
Family,
dear.
so I can't comment. But Level Cross was, it
Come
was
on,
fine.
guys. 15
It
people
was
are
an
watching,
enjoyable
only
film.
6 votes so far. Come on. Come on, guys. Look at my picks.
Watch it one more time. I will watch it.
Guys, look at my picks. Manjummel Boys, Aavesham, Premalu, Rifle Club.
Yeah, I actually thought Keshav would win.
Yeah.
All box
And
office
it's
hits
not
he has
just
picked.
about box office hits. They're also good movies. It's not like
Exactly.
Marco. Ashmita.
See how Keshav is influencing
Ashmita.
you guys. I did not say
Ashmita.
anything. I've not said anything
It's
about my
not like
list.
Marco.
I've just
Okay,
said I am
it's
happy
not
with
like
my list.
Marco that's a box office hit but an average film. Okay, what I have picked are better films than Marco.
Ha 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 ha.
Oh, no wonder
Let
you're
the
losing. No
audience
wonder you're
decide.
losing. No wonder you're losing, Keshav, man.
Well,
Ah.
Marco, you're criticizing, yeah. How can
Marco
you
is
criticize Marco,
criticizing.
yeah?
Marco is gone pan
there is a
India.
there
Pan
is a
world.
reason why Marco was 13th on the list, guys. So consider that also. Okay, I am on the last. I can't still believe it. 9 votes are in.
Nikhil. Whose side are you on, huh?
Nikhil, at least
Hey, Vishnu agrees with me. Hi.
Nikhil,
thanks.
at least I hope you voted for me. If you think I was played on by.
Don't influence Nikhil.
But why are these 6 people not voting? Why only 9 votes so far?
Can we vote?
No.
Can we vote?
He's saying no.
Oh, no. I would have voted for you, Ashmita.
Oh, so sweet. I also would have voted for me, but
But you are anyway winning. I would have,
I'm actually very happy with my list. It's not like, when I look at my list, I'm like, okay, I missed out on a couple of films that I would have liked to pick, but I'm still very happy looking at my list.
I am really happy with my list. No, Vishnu, it doesn't make
I think even Papa will be very happy.
Vishnu. 10 votes are in. I have got just one.
Bhavna Studios
So
would be
Ashmita has
very
got
happy.
6.
Fahad Fadil and
Ashmita has got
friends.
6 votes. Farad has got 3. I have got 1. And I don't know who that one person is, but I think he.
You voted for
No.
yourself.
I swear I didn't. But that one voter might be the first subscriber of this channel. Who knows? But okay, 12 votes are in. Ashmita is still leading.
12
I
votes are in.
think it has to do with Kishkinda Kandam because whosoever gets to pick that, of course, is winning the list, right? So And Marco, and
It was
Marco.
like the toss, na? Like
Keshav, you are like, being a spoils, but you have Manjumal boys, you have
Yes, but still
Aavesham.
I'm not winning, right?
Like, look at the films that you have.
Vishnu.
I didn't pick Kesha because of Sukshma Darshini and Rifle Club.
Well, uh, see, Ashmita had the best Malayalam film of the year in Kishkinda
Acha.
and the most talked about and the biggest box office hit of the year as well in Marco. So her, I think that's
You could have picked Marco, and
strong.
you had so many chances to pick Marco.
I, I mean, it.
He didn't like the film. How will he pick it?
Yeah. But it's
He
still a
openly
competition. Na?
criticized it.
See, that's the thing. See, firstly, you have to pick. You get only couple of chances, and there's a limited list. Okay, and it's a competition, so you
Plus,
have to be.
I didn't
Balance it,
want
right?
our top, like the compiled list of top 15 look bad by putting Marco up higher in the list, right? So I was also considering that. Pardon me for that.
But then you lose with that, na. You have
Well,
to also think about
I
your
mean,
list.
this it's still just 12 people who have voted. I'm still hoping that people who watch on replay in the comment section they can tell us what the reality is eventually. Uh,
He's still hopeful, na? He's
I
still
am.
hopeful that oh,
Sukshma is just an okay movie. So okay, let's do our honorable mentions also. Maybe if we have missed out on something. Uh,
ah,
Malai Kotte
honorable
Valiban for
mention.
me, Paradise, definitely an honorable
okay.
mention. Uh, I really like that's what I said, like Malai Kotte and Marco, but then I went with Marco. Paradise also is a film that I liked, and I definitely would want to watch Family after Farhad's comment that okay, it's a very good film, and yeah,
For me, the other than what Ashmita mentioned, my honorable mentions will be Talavan. I love
okay,
Talavan. Again, in the thriller Ali streak that it was. The other two films were Gaganachari. I loved Gaganachari as well. To pull off a mockumentary in that budget was simply blown away. And the other film that was there was Kola Kukkan. Ancha Kola Kukkan. That was
yeah, we were
almost
talking
like
about this one.
yeah, it was like Pulp Fiction. Almost a homage to a Tarantino style of narrative that was there. I really love that film as well. I'd watched it in a theater as well. Just walked in and loved the film. Um, it's not talked about much, but definitely deserves an honorable
You
mention
said
from
it was in
these
Prime,
three.
right? Streaming on Prime, right?
Yeah, it's
I'll
on
I'll
Prime.
also watch it. I'll make a note. So two
Gagan, all
films.
three are on Prime. Gaganachari, Ancha Kola Kokkan, and Talavan is on Sony Live.
I
Okay.
mentioned my when I was picking the last one. I kind of did mention about Guruvayur and Varshangalakkas. I think those are worth being in the honorable mentions. Vishnu is saying Ashmita is like that student who creates strategies and write exam based on understanding which teacher will evaluate the paper. Well, yeah.
But I'm also, like I said, Vishnu, I'm very happy with my list.
Plus, he
Like
has a
I,
point.
it,
He has a
it,
point because who knows? Most of these people have come from your channel because right now only 15 people are watching, and Farhad and me have a lot lesser subscribers. So the odds are that these people are from your side.
On
whatever
that
it
note,
is.
please also subscribe to Popcorn Reviews. Some from Ashmita's
Yes,
channel, some from Keshav's channel.
please do.
So that next
Popcorn,
time
please
we win.
subscribe to Popcorn Reviews. Please subscribe to All Things Cinema Vodka. What a long
Cinema
name.
what?
Like I also feel like I should shorten the name of my channel. I like Farhad's channel name, Popcorn Reviews. Done. Nona's channel is Nona Prince. Finish. I think
I
I need to just call it
I
IJ.
had
Huh? What do you guys think? Should I change the
I
name of my
had
channel?
just All Things Cinema पहले. Then I added a podcast because All Things
Uh,
Cinema के नाम से channel थे. No, Farhad, what you are thinking is different.
Acha.
वो cinema hall था. That was different. वो जो that was
oh
different.
yes. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yes,
But
yes.
anyway, I have ended the poll because 15 people had voted and Ashmita has won it one-sided.
Thank you, guys.
But
Thank you.
it's not
73%.
over
Honored.
yet. People in the comment section, it's still democracy, and you guys will please watch it until the end to find out who picked what in the top five, and then please decide what do you think of that. Thank you for joining. This was a fun exercise to start with.
Just
Yes.
fun.
Hopefully, we'll continue to do this once a month, maybe, if not more frequent. And also give us ideas. Level cross is overrated, so Sanju definitely didn't vote for Farhad. Uh,
In fact, it's underrated, no? I mean, if it was overrated, then everyone would have, had
Loved
that
it.
in the list. Yeah, it's not overrated. It's underrated.
Also, you guys can, give us like some topics like this on how we can do this
Yeah,
list
that'll
and
be
vote.
fun.
It'll be fun.
yeah,
Something
yes,
that you
yes,
would
please
want.
write us. So you guys have two job in the comment. First is to make a case for my list, why I won.
I know Nona's
Uh,
name.
you have to first make a case for my list, guys, why I won that in the comment section. Then you have to give us ideas for the next PickFlix episode. Yes.
Acha, acha, acha. Acha, acha. Yeah, of course. Why
Okay,
not?
this was a good one. Thank you, Farhad. Thank you, Ashmita, for
Yes,
joining. And I hope
it
you
was
guys had
fun.
fun
Pleasure,
as
yeah.
well. We will. I hope to be more active on the channel from here on as well, and hopefully you guys might see us next on Ashmita's channel. Who knows if the stars align?
Yes.
Thank you again, and have a good